Hey, Tony here with Trust the Breakup, helping you overcome the hurt and pain and find positives in your breakup. Chances are, if you're watching this channel, you are hurting and even in a very emotional state of being, right? I don't know, maybe it's your first breakup and all these feelings are new to you, or it's your 10th breakup and you're learning how to do a better job after each one. Well, we're going to look at in this video to stop the pain with perspective. You guys, perspective is super important because it is the lens in which you are going to see your situation. And I'm going to ask you a question. Which one is it? I'm going to show you an image and you decide what you see. Now, some of you have seen this before. Maybe some of you haven't. I'm going to give you a moment to take a look. Now, some of you see an old woman. And some of you see a young woman. You might be saying, I see the old woman, but not the young woman, or I see the young woman, but not the old woman. And some of you maybe see both. If you see the young woman, she is turning to the side towards her right. She's got a little nose and long eyelashes, and you can see her jawbone. And towards her neck, she is wearing a necklace. If you see the old woman, the young woman's jawline is actually her nose, and the cheek area is her nose as well. She has large black hair, and you see her eye right there. Her eye is actually the young woman's ear, and the young woman's necklace is the old woman's mouth, and she has a large chin on the bottom. So you can see how it all depends on perspective. The way you see something is determined by your perspective on it. And that also plays a role in relationships. So we're going to look at putting your past relationship into perspective to help you overcome, to help you stop the pain. Now, something that's important is to honestly think about what happened and the problems your relationship brought into your life. Often we look back and only remember the good times, right? We obsess over a fantasy and we fantasize that it was actually better than it was. We look at the past through rose-colored lenses, especially when it's with someone we loved and we had good times with. We tend to look at the past with rose-colored lenses instead of just looking at it for what it was. Our brains naturally want to forget the bad and hang on to the good. But that doesn't mean the bad wasn't really there. It doesn't mean that the bad wasn't real. And we have a tendency to do that, to forget about that. But looking back at it honestly and focusing on the turmoil that was always present, or the issues that just would never go away, or maybe you just weren't happy in it. Simple as that. This will help you be okay with what happened. Also, you need to stop making excuses for that person and justifying their behavior. When somebody tells you who they are, or better yet, shows you through a relationship who they are, you need to believe them and stop making excuses for it, especially if they're over 30. By the time, or even late 20s, by that time, your the framework and how you see life and how you see relationships, your worldview, uh, your role in a relationship, and your partner's role in a relationship is pretty much defined. And so, yes, people can change, but it takes a lot of work. So, if when they show you who they are, you need to believe them and stop making those excuses. Okay. And listen, stop making excuses for the phone calls not being returned, the text messages, no response, or 2, 3, 4, 5 hours before they reply. We like to say things like, or think that, she's charging the phone. The text message didn't go through. No, the phone wasn't charging. It wasn't on silent. The text message did go through. She did see it. The reality is she was losing interest. She lost interest. Maybe even the reality was that she was already involved with someone else, because most of the time before a breakup happens, whoever initiated it had already lost interest. They were no longer in it and just had a really tough time making it happen. So stop making excuses for those phone calls that aren't answered and the text messages that aren't replied to. All right. Next, you are distorting reality. The emotions and the state of being you're in is causing you to distort reality. Maybe that person was just not who you thought they were, or the image you have in your mind right now. Your mind is playing tricks on you, and you'll see another video that explains that better. So stop distorting the reality, see it for what it really is. And don't paint a better picture than what it was or dwell on what you think could have been. Listen, guys, if you dated seriously for over a year and it was filled with problems, then that's what it was. And that's what it would have been. It, we fantasize and we idealize the future, but deal with it for what it was. Okay? Don't paint a better picture just because she's gone of what it was and what you went through. All right. So what we need to do is put our relationship into proper perspective. And when you do that, then the pain is going to start to go away because you see things more clearly. What I want you to do is like the video if this helped you, and put your own comments. Comment in the section and let us know how you put your breakup into perspective. What helped you? All of us are learning. Go to Instagram at Trust the Breakup. You'll find me there. And stay tuned for next time. Till then, this is Tony reminding you that you're going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. Just trust the breakup. God bless, and I'll see you soon.